Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all well. I am. So that's all good. Just making sure that everyone can hear me, and we'll get started with this impromptu live stream. It's been a little while since I've done one, so yeah, exciting times ahead. I'll keep looking down. I've got my my phone showing the stream, so I'm just checking in. The way of shoulders, the way of knees, and the way of toes, it's probably somebody else's problem, I think. Very head focused. This feels almost more serious than it needs to be. I'm not topless, right? Wearing my my Mingo shirt today, as I did in the Robocast yesterday. It's good fun. That's good. People are hearing me. Lovely stuff. Right. Well, I'm going to start. And I know there's not many people in live chat, but that doesn't matter because, you know, people can watch this afterwards if needs be, or catch up at another time. Hey ho. Do contribute to the conversation. I want this to be a conversation in the live chat. You find it in the live link. I don't know what that is. But yeah. Do contribute. I am in the chat as well. I'm watching, I'm hearing, I'm seeing everything that you're saying. Everything that you're saying. So, if you've got any questions, do feel free to ask. Put them in there. Or if you're watching this on catch up later, then do feel free to leave us a comment. And I'll get back to it in due course. Lovely. So, you'll have noticed that This Week in Robot Combat has not been happening for the last few weeks. The reason being is because I've been struggling to find different news stories. Well, struggling is one way of putting it, but also not having the time or willingness to do so. Because I am an awful procrastinator at heart and love to do other things to keep myself busy. For example, I knew I was going to do this live stream today, but the fine people at Pokemon have just released a new game, so I decided to play that for most of the day instead, and I'm having a lovely time doing so. So the biggest thing for me is obviously at the moment struggling for news stories, and I am one person in a little corner of the UK that is reasonably tucked out of the way. There's not a lot robot combat-y that happens around me, other than if I'm doing it, or if friends of mine are doing it who live around this area. So it's a struggle to work out all of the news stories. For the last 4 years, or 3 years I suppose, it's been 3 series of This Week in Robot Combat, where I've done it all, basically. I found all the stories and made the video and done it all. And it's got to the stage where I can chuck one of these out at sort of an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours if it's a slightly longer one. But my enjoyment of doing so has sort of dwindled. I'm not finding all of the stories. I feel like I'm missing things out that people want to hear about or want to talk about. And so I feel that there is a different way ahead, basically, for the news, and that we could be more sort of community-based as a news thing. I really love interacting with the community. It's one of the main reasons that I wanted to get to 1,000 subscribers, not because I could get monetized or anything like that. The only reason I did end up getting monetized is because the lovely fine folks at Google and YouTube would start taking my money anyway, so I might as well be profiting from that a little bit. And it's a lovely little bit on the side money-wise for me that helps fund my obsession with robotics, and will probably pay for the next version of Do Ya, which, in fact, I'm going to show you it live on stream. I know it's a bit off-brand, but that's what I'm going with. Something a bit like that, a little bit trendy, a little bit fun. all one piece wrapping around. Yeah, it's good fun. But anyway, that's the money goes back into YouTube, so I will make videos about that build process properly this time. And likewise, I want to get the right setup for doing things like the news and live streaming and more videos and things. So that's where your lovely money will go towards. That's what is helping me to pay for, basically. The biggest thing for me is that I am missing out on the news stories, as I said, and I want to know about those news stories in a way that allows the community to not bombard my direct messages, because last week, where I said I was struggling for news stories, lots of people reached out and said, here you go, have some news stories, and I'm incredibly grateful for everybody's help and support with it. But it's a lot all at once. I've said on different things, my Facebook feed is a mess. It's just basically almost every and any robot combat based stuff in there. I'm following pages that I never thought I would. Things like combat robotics in New Zealand. I follow their page because you never know, you might hear some good stuff, and there is some great stuff coming out in New Zealand at the minute. A sportsman heavyweight arena, I think, is one of the things that they're building, which is very exciting, and I would have reported in the news had there been a little bit more to talk about. But at the minute there's a lot of battle bots and not a lot else going on, or at least that's what it seems like to me, because I can only follow so many pages before I start missing stuff. Facebook won't always show me everything that has happened in a day. It will show targeted things that what I have looked at previously, and it will base it off of that sort of thing. So I will end up missing things. I'm one person doing the job of a research crew, production crew, an editing crew, and a presenting crew. So this is where you guys come in, because I would like to involve my audience more. And I've always said that I don't want that, because I couldn't think of a good way of doing it. And I think I have found a good way of doing it now. So I have a Discord set up. It is originally the Grand Slam Discord for the fan-made Robot Wars series that I make, and for fans of it to get in there and show off their builds and all sorts of things. But I have thought about setting up a new section of it, whereby I leave it open for people to share what they are up to in the world of combat robotics. I'm going to split it in half, really. So the first part will be what I will class as news stories. So these are things that are interesting to more than just yourself and a few of your friends. Things that benefit others. Things that might, how do I want to say it? Basically, if you're building a beetle weight, that's really great, but it's not sort of global newsworthy, if that makes sense. If you're making a cool video, that's great. It might not necessarily be newsworthy. You'll notice that I don't cover YouTube videos, Facebook videos very often if it's sort of fun stuff or sort of me and my friends making videos, or other robot-based YouTubers making videos. I don't cover the fact that Vote Saxon 07 has the Drop Zone coming out every week, because that's not what the news is for. It's that is a separate thing, which we will get to shortly. And I will also say, I would cover those things in a heartbeat if that was the sort of thing I did, but I don't. Stephen Anthony, you are doing a lovely job though, and keep them coming. I'm really enjoying the series. The only things that I really push on my channel are things that I'm directly involved in, which seems very sort of self-centered, really. So things like the Robocast I will push, but usually it's because that is where you will see a proper breakdown of this week's episode from me and from Sam and from Steve, or this week we got Mr. Psycho Mike involved, and a guest again this week, Jameson Go, and I've managed to do a cheeky little self-plug in there as well. So anyway, this first part of the Discord will be based around things like if you've got an event running, or if you've got some news about a heavyweight that's been found, or somebody selling something like heavyweight specifically, not just selling beetle parts and things. We're not that. the second part of the Discord will be basically cool things that you've made. And every week every week that the news comes out, I want to stick to this thing of, if I don't feel that there is enough to cover in the news, then I won't make a news episode. However, with this whole plan in mind, we will hopefully have weekly episodes going. So yeah, the second part of the Discord will have cool things that you've made. So whether that be your beetle weights, your amp weights, your featherweights, heavyweights, other robots, robotic projects, models, videos, etc. I will be taking 5 of the best things that I see there, basically, and cover them in the news. This will be very subjective and things that I feel that I would like to cover that week, things that I think are really cool and want to cover. And I will try and vary what I'm picking. It won't be the same 5 things each week, and it probably won't be the same 5 people each week. So that's the plan. And now I want to hear back from you. What are your thoughts behind this plan? Do you think it's a good idea, bad idea? Do you have other suggestions, other things that we can do? Because I want the news to be more community-based. And realistically speaking, the channel World of Woodrow is made for me. I have a hobby, this is it. I make videos and have fun doing it. The news is for you. I make it for you guys. I don't make it for myself. I make it so that I help you guys out to see what is going on in the world of robot combat, because there's loads going on and not enough people talking about it. So, with that in mind, what do you think? Are you on board? Are you willing to be my helpful researchers in the field, if you like? There may be some crossover, some cross-posting, things that have been covered multiple times. Do make sure you check the Discord to make sure you're not doubling up on things that have already been said or done. It could get very busy in there, who knows. I moderate it solo at the moment. That might change to being more people if more people want to help. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I want your guys' opinion on it. So I'm going to pick up my phone and have a look at some of the comments that you've been leaving. Techno Andrew says, just finished Robocast, great episode again. Thank you very much, Andrew. It was good fun. Ryan Brackley says, hashtag where is Duya? I really wish I knew. So for those who don't know, Duya has gone missing. And I'm at the point where I'm thinking about putting like lost dog posters up, but for Duya. I think it's somewhere in my room, but it must have fallen out of my rucksack and has now been buried by stuff. Navigating Facebook is a real challenge of itself. Yeah, it really is. It's difficult. And keeping up with everything that comes out in a day is difficult as well. So, Mingo shirt, happy face. Yes, indeed, Mingo shirt, as seen on BattleBots. Well done to the Deflamingo team. You have been seen. Does finding Duya benefit others? Yes, because it means that I can make videos, and yeah. So those who don't know, Duya will be, this version of Duya, the original, will be making its final outing at the BBB event at the end of February. It's not a full competitor. Unfortunately, missed that window because that window was like 48 seconds. But yeah, it will get its last few fights. And I will be there in a slightly different capacity, which will be a sort of more bot whisperer role, if you like. But I've created this sort of brand to roll out called Robotic Reporter, because I feel that's more on brand with what I do. So, and I don't just want to steal the name Bot Whisperer. I think Pete Abramson is the Bot Whisperer, and that should remain. Hello, Chaotic Robotics. Your builds are astonishing as always, and that's the sort of thing that I would like to cover in the news every now and again. There's a lot thinks it's a good idea. Tyre's late. What did he miss? This and that. Plan of action. Make 2 new channels in my Discord, which I will link in the comments below at some point later tonight, I reckon. basically, part 1 of the Discord will be if you've got a cool news story that you wish to share or have found, if you've seen it and you think I haven't, and I will start, instead of pulling from Facebook, might start pulling from the Discord instead. I will still be sharing stuff to the World of Woodrow Facebook page as well, because it's easier to say check the World of Woodrow Facebook page for all the links to this week's stories, because that's where everything will be. But also because I want to be in contact with the community more, there will be a second part of the Discord to say if you've been building something cool or if you've made a really cool video, pop it in there. Best 5 each week I will be picking to put into the news, and that's the plan. Techno Andrew says, I think Discord is a good idea for collecting stories compared to Facebook, because Discord doesn't lose things from existence so easily. Absolutely right. 100%. Facebook do be finicky. It do be like that sometimes. And so I need something more reliable, and you guys seem to be the most reliable thing I can think of. You reliably watch my channel, so that's all the proof I need. And the news benefits you guys, and in turn, sort of through a monetization point of view, it benefits me, I suppose. But that's the idea. That you guys help me, and in turn I will help you. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. But less sort of, I want you to do me a favour wise, more I want to hear what you've got to say, if that makes sense. Hello, Delboy. Lofty D, that's Ben. Could build an online thing for you where viewers can submit news content and it can store upvotes and can help provide stories. Think Reddit, but more focused. That sounds like a really good idea, and we can platform that potentially on Discord. But yeah, so the bigger the news story gets upvoted, the more, or the higher up the list of coverage it gets, I suppose. The idea is that news stories wise, it will get mentioned in the news. It just will. The fan submissions, 5 of them will get, and then we'll signpost everyone to go to the Discord as well, because I want people to see your cool stuff. And so if they're in the Discord, then brilliant. The Discord already sort of strafes out into different things on my channel anyway. It will cover any announcements, it will cover upcoming live streams and premieres, except for this one because I was rushed to make this one. Yeah. Can you cover why Evil Weevil is the best semi-finalist ever? NJGW made a video this week going through your thoughts on different robots, and it got to Evil Weevil and it said, if you tell people you like this robot, you're lying. Which I thought, yeah, it's so true, and Anderson will absolutely hate that. Can you get the inside scoop on why Ben is known as Lofty D? Oh, cool. Ben has already covered that one. It just says, Garfi, go back to Essex. Sounds like a place I could get subpar Robot Wars noticed more. Absolutely. It deserves lots of cool notice, especially this week's monsoon build, which is absolutely stunning, and I would have covered it in this week's news had there been a bit more to cover. But this is the sort of thing I'm talking about, and I think I'd be more invested in it if it was sort of more community based. I want it to move on, basically. I'm bored of the current setup. It doesn't take me long to lose my interest in something, so yeah. I'm wondering if you made a monthly update during BattleBots instead of weekly, since news trickles slower. Also, too, since you have the Facebook, you could also use the likes/reacts as a metric of what could be covered. Yeah. Yeah, I see it's an option, and I had thought about doing a this month in Robot Combat video at the end of the month, but I thought it's more important that we get this live stream done for this month, because it is what it is, isn't it? You are not sounding redundant, and never shall you be, Charlie. Except when you are. Anderson throwing shade in the chat. Thank you, Anderson. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers what I wanted to cover. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make this these new channels in the Discord, and as I said, I will link the Discord in the comments below, so keep an eye. That will be coming later tonight. Downpour, what a name. Ty Daly knocking it out of the ballpark there. Did I murder Tech Razor? I don't know what happened to Tech Razor. We had a long discussion about you know, the sort of videos he was making, the similarities to my videos, the copying directly of thumbnails and things, and I felt that was all water under the bridge, and then he disappeared. So no comment, I think, is what I'm going to say. Yeah, so that is probably where I'm going to leave things for this video. Or has the Wi-Fi gone? No, it hasn't. That's all right then. It is getting a bit laggy though. My internet has been being really slow recently, so God knows what's going on. But anyway, thank you all for coming in, for joining the discussion, and yeah, for supporting the channel as ever. It means a lot to me, and I want it to mean even more to me, and to you guys, be worthwhile for everyone, so that everyone gets the notice and recognition for everything they do that they thoroughly deserve. With that, I'm going to close off, say thank you very much all, and shall see you again at some point in the future for more videos. Hopefully, maybe if we get the ball rolling, you know, pretty quickly, maybe that'll be next week. Keep watching the Grand Slam. That's been coming out weekly. It's been filling my time recently, editing every day for almost the whole week. So yeah, I shall see you very soon for more videos and things. Until such time, stay safe, be good, make good choices, and yeah, that's probably it. So I'm going to go before I run out of things to say, which I already have if you hadn't already noticed. Bye everyone, and see you soon.